told you guys I wasn't washing the makeup off my face. I woke up at like 9 today. I didn't wake up at 5 because we went out to the bar, but I'm about to step on the scale, so let's see what it says. That's a new low. All right, I'm pretty satisfied with that, but what I'm gonna do, because I have taken Miralax, I took Miralax 2 days ago, and I've been retaking my stool softeners because my fiber supplement is just not doing it for me. So, and I didn't poop all day yesterday, so I'm going to bleach my hair, take a shower. I'm not gonna eat or drink until then. And then when I'm out of that shower, I'll take my check-in photos, and hopefully by that time I'll poop, and if I poop, I'll reweigh myself before I send all my check-in stuff. All right, I'm taking my week 7 check-in photos. Got ready for the gym while I was bleaching my hair, so now I will actually put my gym clothes on, put a little makeup on, and head to the gym. And then typically I type out my weekly check-in at some point during the gym, sometimes during cardio, sometimes I get it done during my workouts. We'll see. I'm headed to the gym. I think today is back, calves, light gluten hams. And then I need to do abs and my high intensity intervals for cardio. And I was gonna tan, but I think I'm gonna wait to maybe tan tomorrow, because I got pretty tan while I was at the beach last week. And it already sounds like it's gonna be a long day at the gym because I have to do both abs and cardio, so I might tan tomorrow. And today, for my pre-gym meal, I'm a little off on check-in days because I try not to eat like all morning. That way, if I need to poop later, I can, and I can still do my check-in. Does that make sense? Like I can weigh in again. So I try not to eat most of the morning. So it's like real late for me to be eating, so I probably won't get all my meals in today. But I'm doing my Ezekiel bread. I get 2 pieces of Ezekiel bread and half a tablespoon of peanut butter on both. And then my Whey Isolate protein shake. This is chocolate flavor. It's actually real good. It's a very generic brand that I can't remember the name of right now. I'll show you guys all of my supplements one day. Maybe I'll try to remember to do it tomorrow. Ezekiel bread's good. We are headed to the Nashville Fit Show just because I want to take a look at it. Maybe that's the competition I'll do next year. There is a natural show September 14th that I am also going to go to. My friend Jenny is participating in it. And I think that that's the one I'll participate in. I don't know, maybe I'll do both next year. We'll see. We did a workout together today. He did my workout, my bodybuilding routine. Yeah, it's been a good day so far. I'm on track with my eating, got my workout in, and now we're gonna do this. And if I get hungry, I have brought a protein shake so that I don't eat while we're out. Alright, I am on my way to go wedding dress shopping with Mackenzie for me because me and Caleb are going to Ireland. We leave next Saturday and we are going to renew our vows. I just want a cheap dress. Hopefully I can find one in like these places clearance rack or something. But I did my week 7 check-in Friday night and my coach sent me back an email. So I want to read that to you guys. So I was very honest with him. The questions I get asked is the current weight loss from last update, current diet, current cardio, how strength training / strength gains are going, and then any deviation from plans. And so any deviation from plans, this is what I wrote. So I deviated a lot, unfortunately. I knew the diet part of this was going to be the hardest for me, which is honestly why I wanted to do it. Winning a competition would be cool, but ultimately I just want to prove to myself I have the mental strength for the diet part. It's what kept me from doing it in the past. I also mentioned that my cycles have been a little crazy because I got off birth control, and I've been on birth control since I was 12 because I have PCOS and I used to get cysts on my ovaries. He had told me when I did my check-in 2 weeks ago and I said I'm on my cycle, I'm feeling terrible. He said do a carb up and he told me to eat 7 ounces of rice. And I said, I just went so far off plan for like a week. I didn't go crazy eating junk food or anything. I eat pretty well in my day-to-day anyways, but just not eating on plan and sometimes eating junk. So I was traveling last week. I went to my friend's bachelorette party in Florida. I did bring tuna packets and my protein powder and managed to actually do those, but I also ate out a lot as well. I have been fully back on track for about 5 days now. My workouts were still pretty on point. Even though I was eating like crap, I did have a few days where I was down because of cramping and my body just being exhausted with these hormone changes. And then the couple of days I was traveling because I was at an Airbnb and not a hotel room with a gym. Sorry for the long message, but like I said, the diet part of this is what I really want to prove to myself I have the mental toughness to do. So I know I need to be fully accountable when I do veer off plan. Also, I am leaving to go to Ireland from the 24th to the 31st. I do plan on bringing my tuna packets and protein powder, but since this is a once in a lifetime trip, I do plan on experiencing some of the food while I'm there. We will be all over the lower part of the country, so I'm not sure how much I'll actually be working out, but we will be doing a lot of walking and hiking. I told him that I start with my posing coach this coming up Thursday. I have my first thing with her. I went to the bodybuilding competition yesterday that she hosts. It is a women's only bodybuilding competition. And I mentioned that might be the one that I do next year. I also mentioned that the natural show is September 14th. I might do both of them. Honestly, I haven't decided. And then I sent my check-in photos. He said, well, even with the deviations, you made some more progress here. I'm seeing improvements in a couple of spots, a bit more muscular and a bit leaner. Not a bad week at all. Have you tried taurine for cramping? Even primrose oil. Let's keep the setup the same this week and just work to hit things a little closer to 100%. This is a good setup for you for now. Mentally, we want these foods that are maybe unhealthy for us, less nutritious for us. And I do think those foods are important sometimes. I do. I think our mental health is just as important as our physical health. And I think sometimes food is connected to our mental health, just like it isn't connected to our physical health. But I do think that food's purpose is for our physical health. So we need to rely on it feeding our physical health probably 90% of the time more than our mental health. But I mean, honestly, when I eat on plan, or even before this, just whenever I do eat things that are more nutritious consistently, I forget how good it makes my body feel. Like, my body just feels good when I'm eating nutritionally. And when I'm not, I can feel it. So it's been nice. Like, my body feels good eating on plan again for the past week. So I'm gonna hold on to that and remember that when I start to get my cravings. Now it's time to go wedding dress shopping.
you want me to be honest? I hate it.
Okay.
Oh,
I do.
I was not expecting that.
I think it went so well with that. Because
yeah.
those are white, like those are pure white flowers.
Yeah.
Versus this is not.
It's the applique.
Yeah.
Do you want to see if there's any other sleeves back there that might like be decent with them?
That would go with that dress better.
Okay.
I do like the idea of sleeves.
I do.
No,
I loved those
like
sleeves.
50 degrees.
I just.
Oh my gosh! Not that these are going to make me warm.
I just hated those particular ones with that dress, but I do like the sleeves.
Are you saying yes to this dress?
I'm saying yes.
Yay!
Woo!
Oh, babe, yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So I just woke up and I was like, I just decided I wanted to weigh myself. I normally only weigh myself on my check-in days. Before I started doing this, I only weighed myself like once a month maybe, because I used to weigh myself every day and I was super unhealthy about it. But I just decided, I just on a whim was like, I wonder how much I weighed today. I've been eating on plan, but I have skipped quite a few meals. Like I just haven't been hungry, or my day has been hectic and I've just missed meals or whatever. So I've missed, I don't know, probably 5 meals in the last week or something. So I weighed myself. I don't know if I like it. I'm gonna show you. All right, I'm gonna show you guys what the scale says. I'm gonna try to zoom in here so you guys don't see my naked body. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, or maybe it means nothing, and I shouldn't worry about it. And just let it be. But that's almost a 3-pound difference in half a week. I weighed myself Friday, today is Tuesday. I gotta be better about my meals, because I'm sure that's not all fat loss, that's also probably muscle loss, which I don't want. I'm on my way to the gym. This is Rihanna's Heat lip gloss. So that weight change was crazy. Now, I can't even say it was all water weight because I drank 2 bottles of water before I did that today. And I was well hydrated yesterday, and I've been very good about my water. So I don't know what it is. It's probably the fact that I've skipped several meals while still working out. Again, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I guess when I take my pictures and talk to my coach this week, he can tell me. I think I'm just very in my head about it because I thought if I got to 180, and this was when I was mentally ill and battling with, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but schmeetings, mismorders. When I was dealing with those things, 180 was in my head. 180, I need to be 180, I need to be 180. And I was small back then. I wasn't 180, but it's because it was before I had any of my surgeries. Well, I would say I probably had the most muscle mass, the most lean mass after my first surgery. Potentially right after my second surgery, but I would say probably right after my first surgery, right before my second surgery is when I probably had the most lean muscle mass. And by that standard, I was probably the most lean that I have ever been. I think I was even leaner then than I am now, even though I'm 15 pounds less now. But it was definitely more muscle mass than fat, I think, in my mentally ill eyes. So I think just the concept of I weigh 10 pounds less than that weight I was so desperately trying to get at. I mean, I was, to make myself that weight, or I was starving myself to make myself that weight. And I still never got to that weight until now. I am eating. I mean, like I said, I've skipped meals, but not on purpose, just being not mindful of time or packing my food. So I might be like, well, I don't want to eat while I'm out, so then I might go hours without eating. Or I am pretty good. Like, I've always been this way since bariatric surgery. I'm very good at getting my protein in. So sometimes it's just that I drink, instead of the 2 protein shakes I'm supposed to drink a day, I might drink 4 protein shakes a day. And I might not use my whey isolate that is on my plan. I might stop at a convenience store and get like Core Power or MRE if I'm at the gym or something like that. So I'm still getting protein, but the calories obviously are not there. I'm not really getting my carbs or my fats like I need to be. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm just trying to grasp being... Wait. $171.2. I didn't make this connection. I've lost 200 pounds. I think my highest weight was 371.2. Now I gotta go back and look. But that might mean that I have officially lost 200 pounds. Some people never weighed 200 pounds in their entire life, and I've lost that much. I'm less than half the person I was 3 years ago. Sorry, you guys are watching me process this in real time. I'm having a lot of mixed emotions today. I'm hoping this workout does something to my brain and gives me some clarity, because man, that's a wild thought. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, it doesn't matter. Like, my logical brain says it doesn't matter, but I think my brain of just, as human beings, it's like, oh, that's a big 200 pounds, that's a big number. That doesn't really mean anything. Same thing with 170 or 171. That doesn't really mean anything either. It's just a number. I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all figured out, you guys. I am still working on my mindset and my mental health when it comes to my health journey, because it's hard, and the mental part is just as important as the physical part. All right, that's enough thinking for now. I'm gonna listen to music and vibe out and just try to not think while I'm at the gym, except for thinking about getting that pump, making sure every rep counts, putting on that lean muscle mass, and just trying to be the best version of myself, no matter what that means for the number on the scale. I'll see you guys at the gym. Okay, I just got done at my lymphatic massage and I am headed to my first posing class, and I'm gonna do my makeup in the car before I head that way. Today is Thursday, August 22nd. I leave for Ireland on Saturday, the 24th. This week has been interesting so far. I've been dealing with a lot of body dysmorphia. I don't even know if it's body dysmorphia, just a lot of body image issues. Why do I say that? I had a dear friend look at me the other day and go, wow, you've gotten a lot thinner. Okay, not wrong. Something that I am afraid of. There was a point a year and a half ago, right before my tummy tuck. I was in therapy at the time for my relationship with food. And while in therapy, it actually got worse before it got better. I started therapy because I thought I had a food addiction, which maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I think you have to a certain extent, to get to be almost 400 pounds. But I did what many people do. I basically had transfer addiction, but my addiction was the gym, and I was super restricting myself from eating. And it got to a point where I was making myself, because I was so obsessed with being smaller, especially before my tummy tuck, because I wanted to make sure they could remove as much skin as possible. And then on top of doing that, I was just not eating at all. So I was battling some major, I was not seeing myself for how I really looked. And if you go back and you look at photos of me from, like, I would say anywhere between March of 2023 to like July of 2023, I was so lean that I almost looked sickly, like from here up, because I still had a lot of loose skin. My face was kind of sunken in. I looked super lean, and it's because I was starving myself and working out 4 hours a day. And sometimes I work out in the morning and then go back at night. So I was really working out like 6-7 hours a day. And so my issue with the couple of people, it's been more than one person who's commented on how lean I've gotten, and they've all said it in different ways. So the first person said, like, wow, you've gotten a lot thinner. Not a good or negative thing, the way that they said it, but I internalized it. And it took me to the next day to be like, hey, what do you mean by that? Was that a good thing or a bad thing? And they were like, I was just making an observation. It's not a good or a bad thing. And I was like, well, okay. And then I love my mom to death. My mom has done such a good job at never commenting on my body. And I do think it's partially because she knows what I went through during that time period where I was like killing myself with exercise and struggling with my eating, that she said something to me about, like, don't get too muscular and veiny. This was the next day after that person made that comment about me looking much thinner. And then later that night, I had posted something, and I explained to my mom, there's going to be a period towards the end of this prep where probably like 2 months leading up to my show, and like a month after, where I'm gonna look kind of sickly because I am taking my body to an extreme. But it's temporary. You can't stay there forever. It's temporary. It's for a goal. And it's not forever. And I've said this to her many times since I've told her I wanted to do this. And I've said this to other people many times because I'm very afraid of what people are going to think of my body. People that I love and am close to. And later that night, I had posted something on my social media, and she messaged me and said, "Your torso looks so small. Don't go overboard." And I kind of lost it on her. I was like, I need you to be supportive. I need you to not comment on my body because I'm really internalizing it. The reason I'm internalizing it is because of how lean I got before. It took Caleb about a year. And after I had put on a little bit of weight to tell me that back during that time period I mentioned of like April-ish of 2023, that I had gotten too lean and he was not particularly fond of the way that I looked. Granted, it's not that he thought he wasn't like, I want your body to look this way. It was, I was actually sick and doing bad things to myself, and I was that thin because I was unhealthy. And I think there's a difference between being that thin and looking healthy and being that thin and looking unhealthy. And I was that thin and I looked unhealthy because I was doing it in an unhealthy way. But I am also afraid that maybe just when I'm that thin I look sickly, and the people that I love the most in my life are going to think negatively about my body. And with how many comments people have made about me looking thin lately, I'm starting to internalize that a little bit. And don't get me wrong, like I told this to Mackenzie, I told this to the friend that said that I was looking thinner, like my fears, and they were both like, "You're doing this amazing thing. I'm so proud of you." I told Mackenzie, like, I'm not going to not do this because of the comments people have made or might make, but it is going to make me enjoy the process much less. And Mackenzie was like, "That makes me really sad for you because I know how hard you work." And she knows how badly I've struggled with my body and my body image. And honestly, it makes me sad for me too, because I deserve to enjoy this process and get what I want out of it, which is a challenge, and not to feel bad about myself while I'm doing this thing that I think in the long run is going to make me a stronger person. And I know a lot of it just comes from ignorance and worry, because obviously, like I said, my mom knows what I struggled with. And I also understand as a creator, I put myself on the internet. People are gonna comment on my body. That's like my kind of niche. I put myself on the internet, regularly put my body on display just for the kind of content I have between plastic surgeries and weight loss. Like, that's all about my body. And so people are going to comment on my body, and I take full responsibility for the fact that that happens because I do it. Sometimes I'm like, man, some of my posts, I'm like, this wasn't about my body and you're commenting on my body. And I kind of wish you wouldn't, because maybe I'm having a bad body day. And that's why I didn't want to post something that was about my body, but it is what it is. That's just the content I've set myself up for. But it's not something I'm ever angry about, because again, I know what I've done. I know what my content is. I take full responsibility for the fact that I have made a career now off of people commenting on my body to a certain extent. There's nothing I can do about that. It's not like I saw Mom and Jill maybe a month ago, people have been commenting on her body so much and her weight loss so much. She was like, I am not a weight loss page. I haven't posted about my weight loss in a very long time because I do not want these comments about my body. But I can't say that same thing because that is my page. Her page is more about food, I think. And what she's, you know, being a mom, you know, whatever. But that's not me. And I have to accept that that's the content that I put out into this world. I think where I struggle with it is when it comes to people I actually know and I actually love thinking a certain way about my body, like my mom and my husband, the two most important people in my life, them thinking of me a certain way. And Caleb knows that this is a fear that I have, and he has assured me many times he's proud of me. He thinks I look great. He understands what this process can look like, and he is super supportive. But it's been a struggle this week. I'm like, man, if I'm getting these comments and I'm only 2 months in, tomorrow will be week 8. I mean, I'm only gonna get smaller. I gotta go back to therapy, and that's gotta be a priority for me today or tomorrow, to get back into therapy, which I already knew I wanted to start therapy again during this process because I knew it was going to be hard on my mental state. I just didn't think it was going to be this hard this early. Two pieces of Ezekiel bread, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. I'm drinking it with my Whey Isolate protein shake. I haven't practiced in my heels enough, so we'll see how this class goes. I'm a little afraid of breaking my ankle. Today was a busy day. I am going to the gym now. I think I told you guys I was going earlier. I'm going now. The plan today was to get my lymphatic massage. That was scheduled for 9 a.m. And then after my lymphatic massage, I had my first posing lesson. And then after that, I was gonna go to the gym. I forgot I had a meeting with my assistant coaches right after my lesson, so I did that. I needed to finish the Q&A on my Instagram story, so I did that, and I really wanted to make sure I got to like at least 80% of the questions. And I did that in my car, and I was just sitting in my car doing that. And by the time I was done, I was like, I don't fucking, if I go to the gym right now, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be a good lift. So I was like, I'm gonna go home, take a little nap-see, wake up, do work for my program, and answer my clients and whatnot, fix anything that needs to be fixed, and then go to the gym. So I got my little nap. I'm feeling more energized. Could have skipped it. This is what it's about. No excuses. I have a goal. Also, I got some less than thrilling news. My posing coach is like the owner of the show that I went to on Saturday, which was the show I was considering competing in, and co-hosts or co-sponsors or something like that the Natural show that's in about 2 weeks here in Nashville that I was also thinking about competing in. Not this year, obviously, but next year. So it would have been in August and September of next year. I would maybe do 2 shows. They're about a month apart because I wanted to train for a year. Well, she told me today that those shows might be both moving to the beginning and end of May. And I don't love that And I can pick any show. I don't have to go to those shows. I could pick a different show. I could travel for my shows if I wanted to. Yeah, I just don't know. Tomorrow will be my week 8 check-in with my coach. And I'm going to be like, hey, what do you think? Do you think I should just pick a different show that's for a year from now, like I was originally planning on doing? Or do you think I can be ready by May? Which means I really got to get in this headspace, because I feel like I've been in a headspace of, I have a year, I have a year, I have a year. So like, maybe haven't been quite as disciplined as I should be. But thinking I have September, October, November, December, like 9 months. I mean, I know that's a 3-month difference, but man, that 3 months towards the end of your prep is I feel like it makes a big difference. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, it's 9:36. We're gonna get this workout in. We're gonna hit the sauna. We're gonna do our cardio, and we're gonna tan. And hopefully I'll be home by 1 a.m. Because I gotta get up early, do my check-in photos, go to the gym again. And then the rest of my day tomorrow is going to be filming tutorials for my clients and editing content. The editing content might not happen. I might do, but the content Saturday while I'm traveling. We'll see. But I'll definitely film some stuff tomorrow because we go to Ireland on Saturday. So your guys' next video will be both my week 8 check-in and also a little Ireland vlog. But I'll talk to you guys when I'm done my workout. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. But we're doing it. All right, workout is done. Sitting in the sauna for, I think it's gonna end up being like 25 minutes by the time I get out of here. Workout was good. Heart wasn't completely in it. I'm gonna do my high intensity cardio after this, which is 5 minutes of a warm up and then 7 minutes of intervals where it's 45 seconds at like, I wanna say 50% heart rate. Sorry, I spit. And then 15 seconds of going as fast as I can, and I do that for 7 minutes, and then I have a 10-minute cool down. And then I'm gonna go tan. I'm gonna try to sleep like 7 hours. Maybe that's not spit, maybe that's just my sweat. And then come back and do it all again. Tomorrow is chest, tris, and light delts, I think, and today was legs. I did squats, stiff leg deadlifts, calf raises, walking lunges, and machine leg curls, and then I did my little ab circuit. Tomorrow's check-in day. See you guys next week.